pass. Rolling to his right. They throw it. The in route to Tanner. Steck makes the catch. Steck dives for the pylon. Touchdown!
Up by the Nuggets and an attack. That'll go for a kill from Anasteer.
Lamar looks for a block, makes a man miss at the 5. End zone touchdown, Swirls. Sets up middle. Jensen for the exclamation point kill.
30, the 20, the 15, the 10, and an 85-yard touchdown run for Landon Olsen.
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Welcome to Week 8 in high school football across the state of North Dakota. We are live here from the home of the skid steer. Your live event welcomes you to Gwinnett, North Dakota, just outside of North Sargent High School for a Region 1 9-man football competition. The polls are out, and we have a number 1 ranked team. The undefeated Sargent County Bulldogs will be hosting the 2-5 Thunder from Hatton-Northwood. Hope you all are having a fantastic Friday evening. I am Bryce Hogness, and I'm honored to be here to help broadcast tonight's game between the visiting Thunder and the Bulldogs. This pregame show is on yourliveevent.com. Now we're winding down here to the end of the season, and the visiting team on the scoreboard posts a 2-5 record. The Thunder have a few more players back on the field this week as they look to make a few plays here against the Bulldogs with some new looks on the field. Earlier this week, I was able to catch up with the head coach of the Hatton-Northwood Thunder, Coach Tony Evanstead. He's the third-year head coach for this Thunder team. Here's what he had to say. All right, joining us here, we have the head coach of the visiting Hatton-Northwood Thunder, Coach Tony Evanstead. Tony, appreciate you taking a couple minutes to chat with us here on the pregame show ahead of this Friday's game against the Sargent County Bulldogs. So, Coach, here we are. We're at the tail end of the season, the regular season. Tough matchup here against the Sargent County Bulldogs. Guys have got a 2-5 record here. Been in a couple of games that maybe could have had. What's going to be your message here for some of these seniors that you've got that are going out here and going up against a tough Bulldog team for, I guess it's not the last game of the season, but probably the last one, I guess, that counts on the record book.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me on here. No, each game you go into, you kind of consider each game, you want them to play like it's their last game, but when it comes down to that actual last game, it means a little bit more. We know that they're a very solid team. Obviously, they're number 1 in the state for a reason. It doesn't just happen. Very well coached, very solid on all aspects of the game. So we've been making sure our guys we're going to control what we can control, and we just want them to go out there and play as hard as they can. No matter what happens, good or bad, we have to control the controllables and just stay focused on what we can do. We want to try to do what we've been doing throughout the whole year. We try to pass a little bit, so hopefully we're able to do that, and we're just looking for these guys to play hard and enjoy that last game.
Absolutely. As you've, I'm sure, watched tape on this Bulldog team, is there anywhere that you guys think that you can maybe capitalize on, maybe some weak points that you think you can, give the Bulldogs a little bit of a scare in certain areas?
Somewhat, if we can spread them out a little bit, we hope that's where we're going to try to see success out of that, is getting them spread out a little bit, get some one-on-one matchups up the middle. If our line can make the blocks, then we can get one-on-one with their backer. That he's a very solid player too, but just that would be our best option, just having a one-on-one and open field is what we're trying to look to get for us going for tonight.
Yeah, and I'm sure you saw a little bit of that in the if you watch the Hankinson Sargent County tape. I think that's what they tried to do there, and obviously they were able to put up a decent amount of points on the Bulldogs. So yeah, I would say that would be a decent game plan to kind of get some jabs in there at this Bulldog team. So Coach, as we're getting down here towards the end of the year, is there any particular players, some seniors or big impact players that for the folks that are watching back home to kind of keep an eye on for this Friday's game?
Yeah, it would be a couple of our seniors. Number 4, Derek Carpenter. He was a 3-year starter at quarterback, and then some middle of this season we switched and started a freshman, and had him move to different positions to get him the ball a little bit more. And he did a great job taking that in stride. It wasn't a punishment. He realized that it was best for the team for that. So just trying to get him the ball offensively to let him make some plays. And then number 26, Chris Parsons. He's only a sophomore at running back. He does a pretty good job. He runs pretty hard. He kind of is a slippery guy to try to tackle. Then our other one would probably be our quarterback, number 21. As a freshman, he'll still make some freshman mistakes, but he's learning. But then he makes some plays that are pretty good for a freshman. He can put the ball out there, gives our receivers a chance. And then our other one would probably be number 14, Andrew Thorsgaard, in our return game and on offense also, trying to get him the ball in space and let them use their athletic ability to try to make plays for us.
Well, great. I'm excited to see those guys out on the field, and Coach, wish you best of luck here in the matchup against the Bulldogs and then in the last game of the year against Tri-State. Appreciate you coming on. We'll be back in just a few minutes after a word from our sponsors.
A12.nd.us. The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
I'm Mandy Laturin. I'm confident in the game, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Sargent County Bulldogs football team. Today we'll take a few moments to recognize our 2023 senior players and managers, along with their families. Number 1, Nick Hansen, and number 17, Nathan Hansen. Nick and Nate are the sons of Paula and Derek Hansen. Nick is also involved in track, basketball, National Honor Society, Student Council, and band. Nick started playing football in 5th grade, and his favorite football memory is scoring 15 TDs his 6th grade year. Nate is also involved in drama, basketball, and student council. Nate has played and managed for the football team since 5th grade, and his favorite memory is just being with the guys. Number 1, Nick. Number 17, Nate Hansen. Next is number 10, Luke Martinson. Luke is the son of Russell and Krista Martinson and brother to Josh, Jeremy, Andrew, and Ryan. Luke is also involved in basketball, student council, National Honor Society, one-act play, and band. Luke started playing football in 5th grade, and his favorite football memory has been his senior year in the Wyndmere-Lidgerwood game. Number 10, Luke Martinson. Next is number 24, Chauncey Lovett. Chauncey is the son of Kathy and Stan Lovett and Amy Marlett, and brother to Quincy, Brianna, Jayla, and Anne-Marie. Chauncey is also involved in basketball, track, and one-act play. Chauncey started playing football in 5th grade, and his favorite memory was rushing for over 150 yards and 2 TDs in 5th grade versus Hankinson. Number 24, Chauncey Lovett. Number 25, Colton Cadoon. Colton is the son of Shane and Nicole Cadoon and brother to Carly. Colton is also involved in basketball, golf, FCCLA, student council, National Honor Society, and drama. Colton started playing football in 5th grade, and his favorite football memory was this year's Lemoore game. Number 25, Colton Cadoon. Number 38, Peyton Berg. Peyton is the son of Travis and Cynthia Berg and brother to Addison and Hudson. Excuse me. Peyton is also involved in basketball and track. He started playing football in 3rd grade, and his favorite football memory was his first varsity start versus Oaks last season. Number 38, Peyton Berg. Number 52, Grady Wheelander. Grady is the son of Kevin and Carrie Wheelander and brother to Breeze and Coulter. Grady is also involved in basketball, baseball, track, golf, student council, one-act play, and National Honor Society. Grady started playing football in 5th grade, and his favorite football memory has been his senior season and the rest of the games to come. Number 52, Grady Wheelander. Number 55, Athen Zernelt. Athen is the son of Clint and Patsy Zernelt and brother to Kara and Alicia. Athen is also involved in track, FCCLA, and building derby cars. Athen started playing football in 4th grade, and his favorite football memory is beating Lemoore in Game 1 of his senior season. Number 55, Athen Zernelt. Number 66, John Kotke. John is the son of Lacey and Jason Kotke and brother to Isaac, Adam, and Allison. John has also been involved in track and one-act play. He started playing football in 5th grade, and his favorite football memory was in 2021 beating EEK in their homecoming game, then crashing their homecoming dance. Number 66, John Kotke. Next is number 70, Isaac Harris. Isaac is the son of Christina and Adam, and brother to Enola, Maya, Olivia, and Ebony. Isaac has been involved in track and one-act play. He started playing football in 3rd grade, and his favorite football memory was when he scored a touchdown in 8th grade. Number 70, Isaac Harris. Number 80, Josh Whittish. Josh is the son of Chad and Teresa Whittish and brother to Tyler, Drew, and Cole. Josh has also been involved in basketball and track. He started playing football in 3rd grade, and his favorite football memory is making the all-region team his junior season. Number 80, Josh Whittish. Next is our video girls. First is Gabby Christensen. Gabby is the daughter of Jen and Barry Christensen and sister to Gavin. Gabby has also been involved in gymnastics, golf, FCCLA, and student council. Gabby has been doing video for the Bulldogs the last 2 seasons, and her favorite football memory was dropping the video camera down the hill in Wahpeton last year. Gabby Christensen. Our other video girl is Evelyn Bixby. Evelyn is the daughter of Jeff and sister to Drew, Zach, Ellie, and Lincoln. Evelyn has been involved in volleyball, basketball, and one-act play. This is Evelyn's first year of doing video, and her favorite football memory is all the time Searstead has yelled at John and Robert. Evelyn Bixby. And our senior statistician, Kinsey Olson. Kinsey is the daughter of Eric and Brooke Olson and sister to Connor. Kinsey is also involved in golf, volleyball, one-act play, band, and National Honor Society. She has been helping the Bulldogs since she was in kindergarten as T-Girl, Water Girl, video, and stats. Her favorite Bulldog football memory is being on the field for the 2013 state championship game and being on the sideline with her dad for the last 13 years. Kinsey Olson. Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, you had just heard from Dominic Olson announcing senior night here for the Sargent County Bulldogs, along with the players and a couple of the video girls. We've got about, the clock here says about 12 and a half minutes left here until kickoff. So coming back into the interviews here, welcome back to the pregame show on your live event here at North Sargent High School in Gwinner for tonight's matchup between the visiting Hatton-Northwood Thunder and the 8-0 Sargent County Bulldogs, who are celebrating their senior night tonight, as you just heard. The Bulldogs have outscored their opponents by a margin of 37 points on average per game throughout the first 7 games of the season, earning them a 7-0 record and a number 1 ranking, tied with number 1 ranking in the state polls. I was able to catch up with Coach Olson. Eric Olson is the head coach of the Sargent County Bulldogs since 2005 in his 19th season as the leader of the program. Here is what he had to say. Joining me now, we have the head coach for the number 1 ranked Sargent County Bulldogs, who are 7-0 so far this season and 6-0 in conference play, or Region 1 play, I should say. Looking to make it 8-0 on the season as they take on the 2-5 Thunder from Hatton-Northwood. Coach, how's it going today?
It's going good. We're inching closer to Friday, and Friday Night Lights. That's the best place. That's my best night of the week in my book.
Absolutely. Yeah, Coach, I don't mean to, dig up a little old dirt because this was a few weeks ago now. But the last time that we interviewed, you were pretty happy with the win against the Hankinson Pirates for homecoming. But I won't sugarcoat it. You seemed a little bit worked up that it took you a little bit extra work kind of to get that W. The Pirates were able to kind of poke some holes in the Bulldog defense and come away with a good chunk of points on the board. You obviously went to Enderlin and took care of a little business there. But what are some things you guys as a team here have been working on in the final stretches of the regular season here to kind of strum up some success down the road and fix a couple of the things that maybe were a little frustrating from that Hankinson game?
I think, looking back after being able to take some time and watch the film and diagnose it a little bit, a lot of it was just miscommunication. It wasn't, we didn't know who we were covering, and if we were in man coverage or cover one where you just have your single high safety. So it was just a lot of miscommunication, and Hankinson was able to capitalize on a couple of those mistakes. And that night, Rayshawn, he was buying time in the pocket, running away from Luke and Josh, and he was able to find some open receivers, down the field. And we said, it was not knowing who we were covering or where we were supposed to cover. And so it was just a matter of making sure that we communicate with each other prior to the play and even during the course of the play. There was a couple, like Chauncey had gotten his feet tangled up on the one, that's going to happen. There's going to be a slip and fall once in a while, and there's nothing you can do about it. But it's the miscommunication that kind of drove me nuts that night. And so we've been kind of working at that in practice here this last week. I thought, for the most part, our starting secondary last week, they did a much better job against Enderlin. Enderlin got the majority of their yards against our JV and third stringers in the last 3 quarters of the game. So I was happy with how we bounced back with a solid showing, and we're going to have to do it against the Thunder here too.
Yeah, absolutely. Referring back to the Hankinson game, and you'll probably see it coming down the course of the season here, people trying different things on you guys that maybe they haven't done really all season long, right? It looked like, from what I had seen from the tape before, the Pirates had kind of pulled out a little bit of extra stuff against you to try to, change things up. And the Hatton-Northwood team may be doing a little bit of the same too here, and on the rest of the schedule. So I'm sure, like you guys have said, you've got a target on your back, right? With this number one ranking, it's a lot of fun for the kids. It's a lot of fun for the fans to kind of get that recognition, as you've said earlier in the season. But you're going to face some teams that are going to probably change it up a little bit on you, throw you off a little bit.
Yeah, and even this week against Hatton-Northwood, it's they had some kids that made a couple bad choices, and they're going to have those kids back here this week.
Yep.
So they're basically going to replace, bring back 4 starters that they haven't had throughout the years. So, even though the last few weeks they haven't had a lot of success, I think it's going to be a little bit different of a team compared to what we've seen on film the last few weeks. And you know what? They've got nothing to lose. Like you said, they're going to pull out all the stops and they expect some trick plays here and there because, they're 2-5. They've got one more game after this week. They're out of the playoffs. So, what have they got to lose? So we just got to be on our toes and be ready for anything that they throw at us. And, the same thing with the following week against Maple River, and going into the playoffs, that's the thing about, being able to see all this game film. You're right. Hankinson was able to poke some holes and figure out some of our weaknesses, and that's going to be on film for everybody to see. So film doesn't lie when you put that on in front of your kids, and so we got to make sure that we shore up those few things here and there, and because as we move on, we're going to see better and better competition here as we move into the playoffs. So you don't want to be playing your best at the beginning of the year. You want to be playing your best at the end of the year.
Yeah, for sure. And with Hatton-Northwood too, they like you said, last game of the year, and it's really the last meaningful game of the year for them. They are putting on I believe they're playing Tri-State again towards the end here. That doesn't really have a varsity roster, I guess, unfortunately this year. So I'm sure they're going to be pulling out all the stops this week, I guess, on the Bulldogs. So with that, are there some players that you've kind of dialed in a little bit on this Thunder team that you'll need to sort of key on in order to come away successful again this week?
Well, the 2 kids, I know Carpenter, he had played quarterback through part of the year, and then they've moved him to wide receiver. I don't know if they'll put him back at quarterback here this week or not, but he's a good athlete, well-built kid, also played linebacker for them. So, he's definitely one to watch for. And then one of the kids coming back was probably their top player coming into the year, Thorsgaard. I know his older brother is the starting quarterback at BCSU, and, he's got a good frame. He's about 6'2", 180-pound wide receiver, and frankly, he was their go-to player here last year, and the first game or two that he had played this year. So I firmly believe that they're gonna try to utilize him in both running the ball and passing the ball, and so we kind of know that, and we know that we have to account for both of those guys and where they're at on the field because they're the playmakers, and I know the couple kids that had filled in for them, they were freshmen and sophomores, and frankly, unless this kid is a dude, freshmen and sophomores are hard to put on a varsity field just because their bodies aren't quite ready for that type of competition. And we're lucky in the sense that we've got a bunch of juniors and seniors who've had that experience, and because they've been in that situation before of putting in Grady Wheelander and Isaac Harris. They were on the starting offensive line as a freshman, and I think they can tell you right now that they'd much rather be on the starting offensive line as a senior compared to a freshman. So your bodies are built different as an 18-year-old kid compared to a 15-year-old kid. So 100%, we know that we've got to account for those guys and just adjust accordingly.
Perfect. Well, hey, Coach, best of luck to here against the Thunder on Friday evening, and we'll catch up with you after the game.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you, Bryce.
You bet. Thanks. Coach Eric Olson from the Sargent County Bulldogs will be back here in just a minute.
honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
Milner Grain understands that agriculture is your livelihood, and we're committed to providing you with the highest quality of services to meet your farming needs. Milner Grain has a passion for our community and the farmers we serve. Milner Grain is locally owned and operated, plus has extended harvest hours. When you're looking for a partner in the field, look to Milner Grain. Call 701-427-5284 or check out Milner Grain's app with current up-to-date prices. Milner Grain is here to help you and your farm grow.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
RDK Enterprises is searching for candidates to fill multiple positions. These customer-facing positions require a high level of organization, workflow management skills, the ability to work with and lead others, problem-solving skills, and the drive to deliver an outstanding customer experience. Available positions include shop foreman and service technician. Compensation package based on experience. If interested in joining our team, upload your resume at planterdoc.com.
The Sargent Central Dollars for Scholars chapter is a nonprofit foundation that supports academic success in the community. The mission is to mobilize the community on behalf of post-secondary education for the students. Dollars for Scholars chapters help hometown students achieve their educational goals by raising scholarship funds, establishing endowments, and more. Scan the QR code on screen or stop by the Sargent Central School District for more information. Tonight's sponsor with the Sargent Central Dollars for Scholars chapter is 4B's Farm. Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota. If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Maddox, Page, and Castleton. Or visit our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
Here's Trail District Health Unit Administrator Brenda Stallman with a timely health tip for the women in our lives. October is a good time to take heed to that annual reminder of getting your mammogram. All women should be getting screened for breast cancer. Mammograms are essential. You can catch lesions that are far smaller than what you can see with the naked eye or feel with your fingers. So please take that moment to schedule your mammogram.
Contact Trail District Health Unit in Hillsboro to learn more on breast cancer.
All right, we are back here outside of North Sargent High School in Gwinner, North Dakota, on a chilly October evening as we prepare for the Thunder to take on the Bulldogs. Just a few hours ago, we hit a temperature of about 50 degrees here in Gwinner. Temperatures have dropped down to about 45 degrees just ahead of kickoff. And Hatton-Northwood Thunder will start off the game by kicking it off to the Bulldogs here on senior night. And the ball is fielded by Trainer at about the 15-yard line, and he's got a hole. A couple men to beat. He's down to the 40, the 30, dancing around towards the middle of the field, makes another man miss, and he's at the 20, and down at about the 12-yard line. And Sargent County will start off here in the red zone as James Trainer had taken the ball all the way deep down into Thunder territory.
Bulldogs will start on about the 10-yard line.
And it will be first and still 10, looking like it's about on the 11-yard line. They hand the ball off to Kadoon up the middle, and a handful of Thunder players do take him down for a short gain on the play. Looks like about 2 yards on the play there for Kadoon. And the Sargent County Bulldogs will line up in an I formation with Nick Hansen off to the left. And we've got a flag on the play, and it looks to be a false start. We will see what the officials, it looks like they are pointing towards the direction of Hatton-Northwood, which will advance the ball another 5 yards for the Bulldogs. Still second down on the play. Same formation lined up here. Hard count, it looks like, by Hoisted as he hands the ball off to Trainer onto the left side. Makes a few men miss, plunges forward, and he's going to be close to the goal line. And they will mark him down. Oh, excuse me. He'll get to about the 3-yard line, 3-yard line. A little hard to tell here on this far side of the field. But it is still third down and about a little over a yard to go for the Bulldogs. Wide receiver Nick Hansen off to the right. Hoisted takes a snap, pitches it out to Trainer off to the right side, and he gets in for the end zone for a touchdown. James Trainer is able to put 6 points on the board for the Bulldogs early on here in the first quarter with 10 minutes and 24 seconds remaining. And Bjarne Benson, they call him Jimmy, lines up for the extra point. Kadoon holds it. It is up, and it is good. And the ball actually, I don't know if you could see it on the screen, folks, but it hit the light pole behind. And the Bulldogs will take it to 7-0 here early on in the first quarter. We'll be back in just a minute.
This National Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
And back here in Gwinner at North Sargent High School, the Bulldogs will kick it off to Hatton-Northwood. And the ball is fielded at about the 10-yard line. And he'll get to about the 34 on the play. That was number 14 for Hatton-Northwood. Oh, got to get my new roster out here. Anders Thorsgaard on the play. Starting lineup here for this Hatton-Northwood Thunder team at left guard, a sophomore wearing number 12, Keegan Schroeder. Under center, Bennett Korsmo. As the quarterback takes a snap, throws it off to the left. It is caught and advanced forward to about the 41-yard line almost. And that was Carpenter on the catch. Throwing the ball there was Weston Enger, the freshman. And it'll bring up second and about 3 yards to go on the opening drive here for the Thunder. As they line up spread out, just like the coach had talked about. They've got 3 guys off to the left. They'll send a guy out in motion, and he'll hand it off to him. And Wittich has got him, and he loses a few yards on the play. And once again, that was number 14, Anders Thorsgaard, who you saw return the ball earlier. Rest of the starters here, Riley Love wearing number 54 at right guard. Brody Johnson wearing number 2 at wide receiver. Derek Carpenter wearing number 4 at wide receiver. Aiden Johnson wearing number 20 at the wide receiver position as a freshman. And number 26, Chris Parsons at running back. Number 11, Lionel Bjorgen. And at quarterback, the freshman, number 21, Weston Enger.
Carpenter is no good. 4th down.
And that'll bring up 4th down here for the Thunder. 4th and about 5 yards. And it looks like they do have their punt team out there. And the ball is off. A nice deep kick. And Nick Hansen takes the ball on his knees just before the 30-yard line on the other side of the field. Starting offensive team here for the Sargent County Bulldogs, wearing number 52, the senior Grady Wheelander. Number 70, Isaac Harris. Number 56, Marcus Mathias. Number 80, Josh Wittich. At tight end, on the other tight end position, Luke Martinson wearing number 10. Number 1 at wide receiver is Nick Hansen. In the backfield at the fullback position, wearing number 25, Colton Cadoon. James Trainer, number 2, also in the backfield. And quarterback, number 9, Michael Hoisted. As the Bulldogs line up with 2 left, 2 to the right. Hoisted, short pass over to Hansen, and he does catch the ball, brings it forward about 4 to 5 yards, about 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down and a long 5. We'll go with 6 yards to go here on this play. Bulldogs line up again in a similar formation with 2 off to the left, 2 off to the right, 1 in the backfield. As they send Nick Hansen on the motion to the right, and it looks like we will have a false start on the offense. It almost looked like Wittich was maybe looking to get set on the line of scrimmage as he was maybe earlier set off to have the proper amount of guys on the line, potentially for that play that'll bring the Bulldogs back 5 yards, making it 2nd and 11 on the second drive here for Sargent County. Once again, same formation, 2 off to the left, 2 to the right, and Kadoon in the backfield, and they send Hansen. It looks like they'll try to run the same play. Quick out to Hansen. The ball is tipped, and it's almost intercepted. That was number 4 on the play for the Thunder, who got a hand on it, almost caught it. That was Carpenter on the play. Pass attempted to Nick Hansen, and we've got a 3rd and 11 for the Bulldogs. And a 3rd and long, just 1 receiver off to the left this time, 2 to the right, 1 in the backfield. And Hoisted takes the snap, drops back, sees Chauncey Lovett, and just misses the catch there, bringing up a 4th and 11 for Sargent County. Not too many of those 4th and long situations here for the Bulldogs this season. Bulldogs lining up in a punt formation. And that's Hoisted that does kick it off. And the ball does sail pretty deep. They'll let it bounce, and it takes a Bulldog bounce down to right around the 15-yard line on the other side of the field.
Need something warm to drink in the north end zone. If you go through door number 8.
Here in the first quarter, there is about 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go left in the game. This is the Hatton-Northwood Thunder's 2nd possession of the game. And we've got a car in the parking lot with some lights on that they'll need to take care of here before they can resume play. Always seems to be one every game. There they go. All right. And we should be able to resume play here at North Sargent Field here in Gwinner, North Dakota. The Bulldogs 7-0 on the season, and the Hatton-Northwood Thunder are 2-5. A few players back here for them for the first time here since the beginning of the season, and we'll have an offsides play. Looked like the left tight end for the Hatton-Northwood Thunder, Brody Johnson, may have jumped a little early on there, and they'll start this drive out with a 1st down and 15 to go after that penalty. Wide receiver to the left, end to the right in an I formation, and there is a handoff up the middle, and it looks like Kadoon is in on the play for the stop, as well as Grady Wielander. Brody Johnson on the carry, and it looks like there was about no gain on the play, maybe even a loss of a yard. And the Thunder will line up with 3 receivers off to the right and 2 to the left. Lone quarterback in the backfield, and he will scramble a bit, gets pressure, gets the ball off, but there is nobody to catch that one as the ball goes out of bounds. That'll bring up 3rd and a very long here for the Hatton-Northwood Thunder.
Third down and 16.
And again, the Thunder will spread things out a little bit here. They've got 3 receivers way off on the left side here, 2 to the right. They send one in motion to the backfield, and he comes back. And the ball is thrown, and there are a few Bulldogs in the area, and the pass goes incomplete, and it'll be a 4th and a very long situation here for the Hatton-Northwood Thunder. They're down at about the 10-yard line, and will be forced to punt this ball away with 7 minutes and 33 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Nick Hansen deep to receive the ball. And the punt does get off, but it goes high and it goes short, and it only hits the ground probably at about the 22-yard line, and that's kind of where it will bounce out of bounds, so not much of a gain of yards, I guess, for the Hatton-Northwood to kick it away. But the Bulldogs will have very good field position here to start off this drive.
Bulldogs will start on their own 22.
As they line up here with 2 receivers on the short right side, 1 off to the left, and Cadoon in the backfield. Hoisted takes the snap and throws it over, and he's got Wittich. Wittich takes the ball and stumbles, almost goes down, remains on his feet for a couple extra yards, and is able to pick up a first down for the Bulldogs.
Tackled by Schroeder. That's a Bulldog. First down.
And they'll have him pretty much right at the 10-yard line. I don't know if they'll call that. It looks like it will be a 1st and goal situation as he is down right at the 10-yard line. So the Bulldogs will have 4 plays here to try to punch it into the end zone as they'll line up with 3 receivers on the right side. Not sure if you can see it on the camera there. 1 to the right. They do 1 to the left, and it goes in the hands of Luke Martinson, and he's not able to hold on to it, bringing up a 2nd and goal for Sargent County.
Second down.
As Hoisted takes the play call in from Coach Olson. Bulldogs go out here on 2nd down and 10 yards into the end zone to go, as they've got Chauncey Lovett off to the right side there, and 2 receivers off to the left. And Hoisted takes the snap and throws the ball in the direction of Nick Hansen. He's got the ball, and he waltzes into the end zone for another touchdown for the Sargent County Bulldogs. Getting 6 more points on the board here with 6 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And the Bulldogs will once again line up for the extra point. Bjarne Benson, the foreign exchange student from Germany. Colton Cadoon on the hold, and that kick is no good. It looks like it was maybe off to the right.
Extra point attempt is no good.
From here is what it looked like. It was high enough. It was long enough. But it looked like it was just a bit off to the right, and the Bulldogs will hold on to a 13-0 lead here early, midway through the first quarter. We'll be back in just a minute.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
And back here At North Sargent High School, the Bulldogs off to an early lead here with 6 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And Bjarne Benson off to kick it off to Hatton-Northwood. And the ball goes to the near side of the field here, is fielded at about the 18-yard line, and he will make it to about the 32-yard line. That was Ander Thorsgaard on the return. 175-pound, 6'3" senior. And the ball gets handed off here on the first play of the drive, and he's stuffed by a handful of Bulldogs. And that was number 4, Derek Carpenter, on the carry with about a little over a yard, almost 2-yard gain on the play, bringing up second and about 8 yards to go for the Hatton-Northwood Thunder. Hatton-Northwood is coached, as you heard earlier, head coach for the team, Tony Evanstead. Assistant coaches are Brian Quinn and Christian Kwalvang. And they'll line up again with 3 receivers off to the right, 2 to the left. And into the shotgun, rolls out to the right, and he's got a man. He does catch the ball. That looked like it was number 14, Ander Thorgard, again on the reception for the play. Once again thrown by the freshman quarterback, Weston Engard, wearing number 21 there in the backfield.
3rd down and 7.
And we've got a 3rd and about 7 yards to go here for the Thunder, as they've got 2 off to the left, 2 to the right. And the pass falls incomplete. It looks like Colton Cadoon and Chauncey Levitt were in on the stop there. And that ball was, again, I believe, intended for Thorsgaard. Bringing up 4th and about 7 yards to go here for Hatton-Northwood. And they will line up in a punt formation. And kind of gets the ball off. Nice high kick. And hits out of bounds. And the officials will call it right at the 34-yard line. 36-yard line, I'm sorry.
Number 1, Carson with the punt. Bulldogs will.
And that was number 1, Carson Bowden, on the play on the punt there. The senior, who is 6'1" and 185 pounds for the Thunder. And Bulldogs will have Chauncey Levitt off to the left, off to the right. 2 receivers off to the far left side there. And Hoisted will take the play, hand it off to Cadoon. He is met by, and it looks like he will be down on the play. That was number 10, Cole Gensrich. Cale Gensrich, excuse me.
Number 10, Cole Gensrich.
And the Bulldogs will lose about a yard on the play, bringing up 2nd and 11. And Hoisted takes the play call in here from Olson. And we've got 4 minutes and 45 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Chauncey Levitt and Nick Hansen will line up here on the near side of the field. And Luke Martinson off to the left. Cadoon in the backfield. Hoisted takes the snap, rolls around to his right. Back towards the middle, fires the ball downfield, and just goes through the hands of Levitt on the play about the 45-yard line. And we'll have another 3rd and long situation here for the Sargent County Bulldogs. We'll see what Olson relays here off to Hansen as they try and extend this drive a little bit here again. And it looks like there will be a timeout here on the field. Sargent County will call a timeout.
The junior high kids are walking around selling tickets for the autographed helmet football. They're $1 a piece.
And as you see here on the screen, our timeouts are brought to you by Bank North. At Bank North, they take community to heart, helping their customers achieve their financial goals while supporting and improving the great rural communities that they serve. They're more than just a bank. Bank North is a community partner that you can always count on. It's values-based banking. To learn more, visit ibanknorth.com, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Four minutes and 23 seconds remaining here in the first. And temperatures, like I said earlier, had dropped. It was a high of about 50 degrees here, about 45, 46 degrees tonight here in Gwinner. As the Bulldogs are split out a little bit here with 3 off to the right, 1 to the left. Hoisted rolls around to his left and will keep the ball and run. There is a penalty in the backfield. And Hoisted will pick up about 10 yards, but we'll see what happens here on this play. There is a holding on the offense, which will negate that play. We'll have a 3rd and very long situation here for the Bulldogs. It'll be about 3rd and 21 to go.
Holding on the Bulldogs.
As the Bulldogs will line up with 2 off to the left, 1 to the right, and Cadoon in the backfield. Nick Hansen is in motion around the right side, and the ball goes very deep in the direction there of Josh Wittich, but it's a bit far, and there were a handful of Thunder around him to prevent him from advancing if he would have caught the ball, but it was a little long, and it'll be 4th and about 21 yards to go for Sargent County. And the Bulldogs will punt it away. Hoisted to kick. The ball is high and a decent yardage, and that's, again, number 4 with the ball. Derek Carpenter on the catch and run, and he'll just get a couple of yards on the play, and they'll mark him down at about the 44-yard line on the Thunder side of the field. They'll line up in an I formation with 1 off to the left, 1 to the right. And he'll take the snap, hand it off to the fullback, and he'll charge through for a few extra yards there. And that was number 1, Carson Bowden, on the play, able to get a few extra yards by really pushing through that Bulldog defense, and he gets nearly 5 yards, 4 yards on the play probably, bringing up 2nd and 6 for Hatton-Northwood as they come up to the line with, once again, a receiver off to the left and to the right. And all three kind of in the backfield in a shotgun. He'll take the snap, roll around his left, pitches it to the Carpenter, who ends up losing a handful of yards on the play, and they'll down him right at about the 40-yard line.
Enger pitched Carpenter, ends up in a loss of yards.
Enger saw some pressure on the play, thought he'd get rid of it on that option, and just went a little bit behind Carpenter on that play, and it'll be third and about 14 yards to go. Third and 14 for Hatton-Northwood. We've got 2 minutes and 47 seconds left here and running on the play clock here in the first quarter. And again, the Thunder will spread out a little bit here this time with 3 off to the right. And Coach Evanstead is going to call a timeout here for Hatton-Northwood. And we'll be back here in just a few minutes.
I'm Mandy Laturin. I'm confident in the game, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous reconciliation.
Back here at North Sargent High School, as it's third and about 4, and to start off after that timeout, we do have an offsides. Brody Johnson, who is lined up as a wide receiver off on the left side, looks like he got caught going across the line and moving a little early here, backing up Hatton-Northwood 5 yards again here, bringing up a very long third down. And they'll be at the 35-yard line on their side of the field. 3 off to the right, 2 to the left. And Enger passes it off to the right. And they're able to get a few yards on the play. That was number 14, Ander Thorsgaard, on the reception. And they'll still have a long way to go here on 4th down. So it looks like Evanstead and his crew will likely punt it away. Here with 2 minutes and 13 seconds and running in the first quarter. And Nick Hansen will be deep to receive the punt. And the ball is off. It's low. It's a little short. And it is touched by a member of the Thunder. That was number 2, Brody Johnson, who didn't even see the ball coming right past him. And downs the ball right at the 36-yard line. And the Bulldogs will start another drive here as they have a 13-0 lead with just a few minutes left here in the first quarter, excuse me. Bulldogs will have Chauncey Lovett on the near side here, on the right, and 2 receivers off to the left. Send Hansen in motion, and Hoisted throws it over to Luke Martinson, who's able to hold on to it and stays on his feet until a whole bunch of Thunder are able to finally take him down. He gets some forward progress on the play, and it will be a first down, and he will get to the 48-yard line still on this side of the field. As James Traynor checks back into the game, Chauncey Lovett comes out. And the clock will keep running with 1:35 left to go in the first. Hoisted comes in with the play call from Olson. And they'll come in with an I formation. And Nick Hansen is off to the near side here. And Hoisted will drop back, looks to pass. And he's got Martinson downfield who bobbles it, but remains, he's able to get around a few people at the 10, 5, and he is gone. Martinson bobbled the ball a few times, was able to bring it in, and made a few guys miss and a few fall over, and Luke Martinson is in for the touchdown, putting another 6 points on the board here for Sargent County. With 1 minute and 1 second remaining. And Bjarne Benson, a high snap, and Kadun takes it. And it looks like it was a design play, and it is caught by Josh Wittich for 2 points. And Sargent County, the snap was high. It looked like it was probably a designed play. And Sargent County puts 2 more points on the board, bringing the score back up to 21-0 here late in the first quarter. We'll be back in just a minute.
At Enbridge.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends, and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
And the Bulldogs will kick it back here with a minute to go in the first quarter. And that is fielded by number 14, Ander Thorsgaard. And he has a little room here off to the left, makes a few guys miss. There is a flag on the play before he is taken down by number 66, John Kotke.
Tackled by Kotke. There's a flag on the play.
And we'll see what the officials called here right on the near side of the field. And we've got a holding on Hatton-Northwood, and that'll back the ball up a ways off of a pretty nice return by Thorsgaard. And it looks like they will go to about the 22-yard line and start this drive. Still 1st and 10, as it was a change of possession play. No extra yards here to gain for a first down, but it does set him back, as they will line up with 2 others in the backfield and a shotgun snap with 1 receiver to the left, 1 to the right, and we'll hand the ball off to Carpenter. And Carpenter will have minimal gain on the play. Maybe 2 yards, bringing up 2nd and 8 for the Thunder. And the clock is running with 33 seconds and going here in the first quarter. And they will have to get a play off here, as it looks like there's about 8 seconds between the play clock and the game clock. An I formation, 1 off to the left, 1 to the right. And they pitch it off to the right. And he is met by Peyton Berg and stopped in his tracks, but he looks to be a little shaken up on the play. That was number 11, Lionel Borgen. And the staff will come check him out here, and we'll take a quick break.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
Milner Grain understands that agriculture is your livelihood, and we're committed to providing you with the highest quality of services to meet your farming needs. Milner Grain has a passion for our community and the farmers we serve. Milner Grain is locally owned and operated, plus has...
And after that injury, it looks like Lionel Borgen was assisted off the field here. It looked like he was favoring his right leg. But once he got off the field, the clock had continued, and that ran us down into the end of the first. So here we are, 21 Bulldogs, 0 for the Thunder, and it is the end of the first quarter. We'll be back here with second quarter play after just a minute.
When you're looking for a partner in the field, look to Milner Grain. Call 701-427-5284 or check out Milner Grain's app with current up-to-date prices. Milner Grain is here to help you and your farm grow.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
RDK Enterprises is searching for candidates to fill multiple positions.
Fourth down and 10.
And we've got a fourth down here situation as the pass fell incomplete. And they'll punt it off. It's a high kick, pretty deep. Nick Hansen backs up a bit, and the Bulldogs will take the ball over here just before the 45-yard line here at the beginning of the second quarter.
Bulldogs will have the ball on the 45.
And Bulldogs take over on this possession at the 45-yard line. They'll have a wide receiver to the right and left. James Traynor is in the backfield, and Hoisted will hand it off to Traynor as he goes around the left side. Has a little bit of room, makes another guy miss, and he's pushed out of bounds around the 30-yard line here on this side of the field, and the Bulldogs will get a first down.
Pushed out of bounds by Derek Carpenter.
First down from the 30-yard line. One receiver to the left, one to the right. Traynor in the backfield. Hoisted takes a snap, throws it over to Hansen on the left side, and he's pulled out of bounds with virtually no gain on the play. A little tough to see here in the North Sargent press box, I'm sure, on the camera, if it gets all the way off to the sideline there, but I'll do my best to let you know what's happening kind of in the near corners of the field. Second and about 9 yards here. Did pick up a little bit on the play. Chauncey Levitt on the right, and Nick Hansen on the left. As Hoisted scrambles around, throws the ball downfield, and Luke Martinson comes down with it, dives into the end zone for a touchdown. Wow. Folks, I'm sure you might not have been able to see that catch there, but somehow Martinson had come down with it. It almost looked like it was one-handed. Oh, and I'm sorry. No. Let's see here. Are they going to call him in?
Correction on the touchdown. Is it a touchdown? Nope, it is a touchdown.
Okay. All right. A little confusion up here on the booth as far as if that was in or if he was short, and it looks like he did make it into the end zone. And Benson kicks the extra point high and long, and it is good.
Extra point attempt is good.
So the Bulldogs will take a 28-0 lead here with 11:21 to go in the second. We'll be back in just a minute.
Facing positions require a high level of organization, workflow management skills, the ability to work with and lead others, problem-solving skills, and the drive to deliver an outstanding customer experience. Available positions include shop foreman and service technician. Compensation package based on experience. If interested in joining our team, upload your resume at planterdoc.com.
The Sargent Central Dollars for Scholars chapter is a nonprofit foundation that supports academic success in the community. The mission is to mobilize the community on behalf of post-secondary education for the students. Dollars for Scholars chapters help hometown students achieve their educational goals by raising scholarship funds, establishing endowments, and more. Scan the QR code on screen.
Back here in Gwinner, 28-0, Sargent County over Hatton-Northwood. And they kick the ball off to Hatton-Northwood, and that's Thorsgaard. He's got some open room, only Benson to beat, and he's at the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, and touchdown as Hatton-Northwood gets on the board. That is number 14, Ander Thorsgaard, and he takes that one to the house, and we get Hatton-Northwood Thunder on the board with 6 points. With 11 minutes and 9 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. And the Thunder will look like they will go for 2 here as they're very spread out with 3 receivers off to the right and 2 to the left. And only 3 men there on the line. As Enger sets back, takes the snap, looks off to his right, throws it high, and down comes the ball right into Derek Carpenter's hands. He stretched for that one, and Hatton-Northwood will convert the 2-point conversion. And we've got 11 minutes and 9 seconds left to go here in the first half. We'll be back in just a minute.
Central School District for more information. Tonight's sponsor with the Sargent Central Dollars for Scholars chapter is 4B's Farm. Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hope.
And back here at North Sargent High School, and the Thunder kick it off. It's Hansen that fields the ball and the midfield, and he takes it off. He makes a few men miss. He's at the 50, and he's only got a few to beat as he runs right past two of them. Can't quite bring him down, and he's still going. He's on his feet, and he is in the end zone. Nick Hansen answers right back, and the Bulldogs get back on the board again. And he made a few men miss and made a few men fall over in the play. Ran right in between a couple of Thunder and ended up waltzing into the end zone. And that was a heck of a run, back-to-back back-to-back kickoff returns from each team. And the extra point is good from a mile away as Benson nails it through, extending the Bulldog lead 35-8. We've got 10 minutes and 52 seconds left to go here. We've had 14 points, 15 points actually here on the board, and hardly any time off the clock. We'll be back here at Sargent County versus Hatton-Northwood game here at North Sargent High School. Actually, I think we'll maybe just stay on. We'll stay on here during in-between time here between the kickoffs, as Sargent County will set to kick the ball off, going from south to north.
Carpenter and Thorsgaard back to receive for the Thunder. Biana set to kick off for the Bulldogs.
And Benson kicks it off. The ball is deep, and it is caught by number 14, Ander Thorsgaard, as he scrambles around to his left side, and he's met by a pack of Bulldogs and taken down right around the 22-yard line is where Hatton-Northwood will start off this drive.
Carpenter with a short return. He'll start on about the 21.
And the Thunder, again, will spread out just as Coach Evanstead had mentioned. They'll try to do that. They've got man goes in motion, and he is brought down in the backfield for a pretty large loss, and that is Josh Wittich on the sack. Something to note here, I believe both Wittich and Martinson are pretty close in the record book here for sacks in a season. I believe after this one, Wittich may only need another half sack to tie the record for 10.5. I believe it's 10.5 or 11 sacks in the year. I'll check that here when we're on a break. But he's getting close to the record book here. At least he's got his name up close as he pitches the ball off to Carpenter on the left side, and the Bulldogs swarm to the ball, and it looks like they will lose about another 2 yards on the play, making it a third and very long for the Hatton-Northwood Thunder. And on this very third and long, very long third down play, they split off, two to the left, two to the right. Shotgun snap as he looks right, and the ball goes right into the hands of Chauncey Lovett. And Lovett picks the ball off, and the Bulldogs will retain possession right around the 31-yard line. And back there, I'm sure for Enger, the 5'7" freshman, a little bit hard to see over the couple of tall defensive ends and line here for Sargent County. And the ball went right into Chauncey Lovett's hands for an interception. And the Bulldogs take over here. Lovett on the interception. He's on the far side of the field. Nick Hansen to the left, and they'll hand the ball off to Trainer. And Trainer is able to stay on his feet. He started going right and then went right up the middle, went head-on into a couple of Thunder, and he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And that'll be second. Oh, he looks like he maybe picked up a yard here. 2nd and 9 for Sargent County. As the play clock continues with 8:45 to go here in the first half. Bulldogs will line up with, it looks like Kadoon kind of in a slot position, and they'll pitch the ball off the Trainer to the left, and he makes one man miss, but is eventually brought down here by number 10, Cale Gensrich. And Trainer able to pick up about 4 yards, bringing up 3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs. Ball is spotted just on the other side of the 25 here, on the near side of the 25. And I formation for the Bulldogs. Nick Hansen off to the right. And Peyton Berg is in the backfield. And they hand it off to Kadoon up the middle. He's got room. And he's able to plow through and pick up a first down for Sargent County. Kaboom Kadoon on the carry. And they look to be at about the 8-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal for Sargent County with 7:45 left to go here in the second quarter. And once again, it'll go to Kadoon, who is able to stay on his feet and plow forward about 5 yards or so. And he's got a couple yards to go here before they're in the end zone. Looks like they'll spot it around the 1 or 2 yard line maybe. I formation again. Hoisted will hand it off to Kadoon, and he finishes off the play. Nope. There may have been a play before the ball was snapped, or sorry, a flag before it was snapped. We do have a false start. False start on the offense, and it'll back the ball up 5 more yards. And it looked like they tried to get Kadoon into the end zone after a couple of tough runs. We'll see what Olsen has planned here on this play, as they are in the same formation with Hansen off to the right, and they do hand it off to Kadoon again, but it looked like Hatton-Northwood knew that that was coming, and they had an answer for it this time. That'll bring up 3rd down and goal to go.
Met by Cale Gensrich. 3rd down and about 8.
And Kadoon and Berg will check out as Chauncey Lovett and James Trainer come into the game. Hoisted takes the play call in from Coach Olsen. And Nick Hansen will be here on the near side of the field, and on the far side, Chauncey Lovett. James Trainer is in the backfield, and Hoisted in a shotgun. And he goes back, looks off to his left and up the middle, and he decides to take it himself, and he dives forward into the end zone for a touchdown. Michael Hoisted with the touchdown for the Bulldogs. Putting them up 41-8, and it looks like they will kick again here for the extra point as Kadoon comes back in to hold the ball. Bjarne Benson, a.k.a. Jimmy, kicks it up right through the middle, and it is good, extending the lead 42-8. Sargent County over Hatton-Northwood, and we've got 6 minutes and 11 seconds left to go here in the first half. We'll be back in just a minute.
Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota. If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Maddox, Page, and Castleton. Or visit our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
Here's Trail District Health Unit Administrator Brenda Stallman with a timely health tip for the women in our lives.
October is a good time to take heed to that annual reminder of getting your mammogram. All women should be getting screened for breast cancer. Mammograms are essential. You can catch lesions that are far smaller than what you can see with the naked eye or feel with your fingers. So,
back here in Gwinner, as Benson kicks the ball off, that looks like Carpenter here on the near side of the field, and Peytonberg misses as he gets pushed out of bounds by, let's see here. That was number 12 for the Sargent County Bulldogs, Ryan Ing on the stop. And Hatton-Northwood will take over here at the 33-yard line on their side of the field, as the freshman quarterback checks in here, Weston Enger. And he'll have two men in the backfield with him and a receiver to the right and the left. Bulldogs show pressure, and they hand it off to number 4, Derek Carpenter. And he pushes through, able to pick up a few yards on the play. Bringing up about 3 or 4 yards on the play. Second and, we'll call it 6. A long 6. Thunder line up this time in an I formation with one off to the left, one to the right. As he takes the snap and hands the ball up the middle, that is number 1, Carson Bowden on the... Oh.
Waylander in on the tackle. Third down and about 4.
Grady Wheelander with the stop, the product of Delamere, North Dakota. Here on senior night, son of Carrie and Kevin Wheelander. He says Wheelander. His family says Waylander. They still don't have it figured out what their last name is. But if Grady says it's Wheelander, we're going to go with that. As they fake the handoff, passes over to Bowden, and he's met by Peyton Berg, but makes him miss, but does end up stepping out of bounds. And that'll be a first down for Hatton-Northwood Thunder. They go out of bounds, so the play clock does stop here, and it is a first down as well, and they'll be at the 47. And here come the Thunder with 2 men back there with the quarterback, one off to the left, one to the right, and they'll hand the ball off back to Bowden again, and he's met by a swarm of Bulldogs, which includes Josh Wittich on the play. And we do have a flag right around back behind the line of scrimmage a couple of yards. And we do have a holding on the offense, that is declined. So the Bulldogs will decline that penalty and take the loss of down as well as the loss of yards on the play instead. Loss of about 4 yards on the play. 2nd and 14 for the Thunder. And spread out again here. 2 off to the near side, 3 off to the far side. As Enger takes a snap, it's high. And the ball is intended for Bowden, but there's a couple Bulldogs in the area. That looks like it was Colton Cadoon as well as Nick Hansen. Looked like one of them maybe had gotten a hand on it, at least got in the way. And we've got 3rd and 14 to go. Once again, spread out. We've got 2 receivers here to the near side, 3 off to the left. As Enger takes a snap, throws it quickly off to the left side, and that's Andrew Thorsgaard. And he's got a little room on that side, makes a few guys miss, and he's going to pick up a first down. And the Thunder will get a first down here on a 3rd and very long. We're able to convert and bring it to the Bulldog side of the field. Thorsgaard with a really nice run off there onto the left, making a few guys miss and really showing his athleticism. And they'll line up in an I, hand the ball off here to the fullback. That looks like it is number 1, Carson Bowden.
Bowden with the carry, met by Hatton-Northwood. Short gain on the play.
Athens-Zern on the stop. Another senior here on this roster that is full of seniors here for the Sargent County team, as it's showing pretty well here throughout the season as they have a 7-0 record. Lots of experience and great athletes on this team, as that ball is overthrown a little bit there off on the right side to Ander Thorsgaard. Bringing up 2nd and 8 yards to go. I'm sorry. There is a flag.
Holding on the offense.
And it looks like that'll be a hold, and that'll bring them back another 10 yards. And they will replay 2nd down. Got into Bulldog territory, but with this penalty, pushed them just back outside of it. And a 2nd and very long. Ball is snapped. Looks downfield, and Thorsgaard catches the ball. He's going to run down the sideline, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. Ander Thorsgaard, as Trainer was on the coverage there, but the ball was a little high for him, and Thorsgaard, that height advantage at 6'3", was able to come down with the ball and get into the end zone for a touchdown, putting 6 on the board for the Hatton-Northwood Thunder. And that was a completion for just over 50 yards on the play. And the ball is high on the the 2-point conversion will be no good. The snap on that was a bit high for Enger there, and that will be no good. The score will remain 42-14 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the first half. We'll be back in just a minute.
Schedule your mammogram.
Contact Trail District Health Unit in Hillsboro to learn more on breast cancer prevention during this National Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us. The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the...
And the ball is kicked off here. That's going to be Trainer fielding it about the 27-yard line. And he keeps marching forward as it looked like Keegan Schroeder tried to punch that ball out, but Trainer sure had a handle on it and was able to maintain the possession of the ball, and he was pushed out of bounds. And the Bulldogs will start this drive at the 44-yard line with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go here in the first half in Gwinner. And Hoisted takes a snap, hands it off to Cadoon. Cadoon dances around the middle. He finds a few open areas and is able to get a first down for the Bulldogs. And they'll bring them to about the 41.5-yard line. On the Thunder side of the field. And the play clock will run again here. And Bulldogs will have Chauncey Lovett off to the far side. Nick Hansen here to the near side. And Hoisted will take the snap. He'll hand it off to Cadoon, who is able to get around a few folks here and push a few folks down. And he will pick up a first down again here for the Bulldogs. And you could see kind of the patience in running there. It looked like he ran into the back of one of the linemen who had a good block for him, and then was able to see a nice hole on the left side there and pick up a nice gain for a first down for the Bulldogs. Love it off to the right. Nick Hansen to the left. Cadoon in the backfield. Hoisted gives the ball to Cadoon, but they were all over that one. Cadoon tried to stay up. Did for a second, but was met by number 10, Cale Gensrich. And the Bulldogs will lose a few yards on the play, bringing up second and about 13. This time, James Trainer in the backfield with Hoisted. One to the left, one to the right. Hoisted goes back, scrambles around to his left. He's got open room in front of him. He decides to pass it to Lovett, and it looks like it was a little short. It might have bounced before he was able to catch it on the ground. And we do have a flag on the play in the backfield, and we do have a hold here on the offense. And that'll back the Bulldogs up another 10 yards. On top of the 13 they had to go. It will be second and about 23 yards for Sargent County, backing the ball up to just past the 40-yard line, between the 40 and 41-yard line for Sargent County. And with a long ways to go, the Bulldogs are spreading the field out a little bit. They've got 3 off to the right and 1 to the left, and they'll pass the ball over to Hansen on the far side, and Hansen is able to get some of those yards back and more, but it's still going to be a 3rd and long for Sargent County, as Hansen was able to get the ball to about the 31-yard line, and they're going to kind of hurry up offense here as there's 48 seconds left to go on the clock. Hoisted takes the snap, looks down the middle of the field, and he's got Wittich. And Wittich dances around, makes a few Thunder miss, and picks up a few more yards here on the play. And they'll field him at the 22-yard line. It'll still be 4th down and about 4.5 yards to go. The clock will stop momentarily here, and it looks like they will call a timeout on the field. We'll be back here in just a minute.
The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
I'm Mandy Laturn. I'm confident in the game, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
Back here under Friday Night Lights here on this cool October evening. We've got just a few seconds left here, 32.5 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Bulldogs have the ball with 4th and 4 yards to go, and we will get a penalty on the play that will back the Bulldogs up a few more yards. We had a false start on the play. And it'll be 4th and about 8 yards here now for Sargent County. Still 32.5 seconds to go. Hansen and Lovett are off to the left, and they'll have Josh Wittich spread out a little bit there on the right side. And Hoisted will take the ball, and he passes it off to Martinson. And Martinson gets to about the 20, but that is not going to be enough for a Bulldog first down. And the Hatton-Northwood Thunder will take the ball back with 24 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Not enough yardage, so we turn the ball over on downs. Hatton-Northwood will take over on about the 20-yard line.
Be sure to stick around for halftime as we go through some other reported in scores here from around the region and across the state of North Dakota, as well as other games from your live event. And Inger will take the snap and knee it down to send this thing into halftime. And that'll do it here for the first half of play. Sargent County with 42 points over Hatton-Northwood's 14. We'll be back here in just a few minutes for the halftime show.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends, and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
Milner Grain understands that agriculture is your livelihood, and we're committed to providing you with the highest quality of services to meet your farming needs. Milner Grain has a passion for our community and the farmers we serve. Milner Grain is locally owned and operated, plus has extended harvest hours. When you're looking for a partner in the field, look to Milner Grain. Call 701-427-5284 or check out Milner Grain's app with current up-to-date prices. Milner Grain is here to help you and your farm grow.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
RDK Enterprises is searching for candidates to fill multiple positions. These customer-facing positions require a high level of organization, workflow management skills, the ability to work with and lead others, problem-solving skills, and the drive to deliver an outstanding customer experience. Available positions include shop foreman and service technician. Compensation package based on experience. If interested in joining our team, upload your resume at planterdoc.com.
The Sargent Central Dollars for Scholars chapter is a nonprofit foundation that supports academic success in the community. The mission is to mobilize the community on behalf of post-secondary education for the students. Dollars for Scholars chapters help hometown students achieve their educational goals by raising scholarship funds, establishing endowments, and more. Scan the QR code on screen or stop by the Sargent Central School District for more information. Tonight's sponsor with the Sargent Central Dollars for Scholars chapter is 4B's Farm. Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota. If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Maddox, Page, and Castleton. Or visit our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
Here's Trail District Health Unit Administrator Brenda Stallman with a timely health tip for the women in our lives.
October is a good time to take heed to that annual reminder of getting your mammogram. All women should be getting screened for breast cancer. Mammograms are essential. You can catch lesions that are far smaller than what you can see with the naked eye or feel with your fingers. So please take that moment to schedule your mammogram.
Contact Trail District Health Unit in Hillsborough to learn more on breast cancer prevention during this National Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us. The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
I'm Mandy Water. I'm confident in the game, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Back here at North Sargent Field in Gwinner, North Dakota, the home of the skid steer loader. We've got a few minutes left to go here before the end of the half, and update you a little bit if you're just joining or joining a little bit later. Obviously, the scoreboard here shows 42-14 Sargent County, over Hatton-Northwood Thunder. Opening up in the first quarter, we had a James Traynor touchdown with 10 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the first, followed by a pass from Hoisted to Hansen to make it 13-0. The extra 2-point conversion was the extra point was no good with 6:55 to go in the first. And then another pass from Hoisted to Luke Martinson with just over a minute to go in the first quarter put the Bulldogs up 21-0. And in the second quarter, we had another touchdown pass to Martinson, and followed by the ensuing kickoff was returned from Hatton-Northwood by Thorsgaard with 11 minutes and 9 seconds to go. And following immediately after that, Nick Hansen returned it the other way for 6. And in just a matter of a few seconds on the game clock, there was a 15 points were put on the board. Coming back in the second half, Nick Hansen, after Nick Hansen's kick return, Sargent County had gotten the ball back, and Hoisted made a run up the middle for about 7 yards with 6 minutes and 11 seconds to go. And then Thorsgaard here with 2 minutes and 50 seconds caught a pass from the freshman quarterback, Andrew Thorsgaard caught a pass from the freshman quarterback Weston Enger for 50 yards on a beautiful catch and run, and the extra point there was no good, making the score 42-14. Looking around here in 9-man play, a few scores that have been posted. Griggs Minn Coda Griggs Midcoda is up over Enderlin 32-6. No score yet reported from Richland and Hankinson. That's going on tonight, another Region 1 game. Lemoore Litchville Marion is on top of Maple River 26-6 at halftime. Other scores around 9-man football around the state. Napoleon Gackle Streeter is on top of Richardson Taylor Hebron 38-16. And West Hope Newburgh Glenburn 36-0 over Lewis and Clark Berthold. And the number 5 ranked New Salem Almont right now is trailing Linton HMB Strasburg Zeeland 36-6 with about 9 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter already in that game. And that one serves a little bit of playoff implications. New Salem Almont started off the year fantastic, had a loss earlier in the season, and now they are looking, it's looking a little bleak over there against Linton HMB Strasburg Zeeland. The number 3 ranked New Rockford Cheyenne is on top of St. John 58-6 with 1 minute left to go in the third. North Border is on top of Larimore 58-14 at the end of the third. And final score from North Star and Four Winds. North Star defeating Four Winds 54-36. And the number 2 South Border is on top 51-6 over Kidder County at the end of the third as well. And another team here that's got a few votes, at least in the polls. North Prairie is on top of Nelson County 24-12 with 3 minutes left to go in the third. Looking at the 11-man side of things, 11A. Stanley is on top of South Prairie Max 40-6 with 8 minutes left to go in the third. Hillsborough Central Valley did defeat Grafton 28-20. That game was played a little earlier in the evening. Dickinson Trinity is on top of Hart River 39-0. 5 minutes left to go in the third. Deluxe Burlington on top of Ray Powers Lake 44-6 with 2 minutes left to go in that game. And the number 2 ranked Kindred is on top of Mayport CG 21-0 with 7 minutes left to go in the third. Northern Cass is on top of Oak Grove 20-0 at the end of the first half. And the number 1 ranked Valva Garrison Drake Animus is on top of Bishop Ryan 26-6. Another score here from the local area. Oaks is on top of Lisbon 6-0 with 6 minutes left to go in the third. Central Cass is on top of Ellendale Edgeley Cullum 21-7 with 5 minutes left to go in the third. And Nidaros is on top of Kenmare Bowbells Burke Central 22-6 at halftime. Harvey Wells County 14-12 over Cavalier. And the number 4 ranked Langdon Area Edmore Munich is on top of Thompson 28-2 with 7 minutes left to go here in the third. That'll do from scores here for the half. We'll be back in just a minute to kick off half number 2.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
Milner Grain understands that agriculture is your livelihood, and we're committed to providing you with the highest quality of services to meet your farming needs. Milner Grain has a passion for our community and the farmers we serve. Milner Grain is locally owned and operated, plus has extended harvest hours. When you're looking for a partner in the field, look to Milner Grain. Call 701-427-5284 or check out Milner Grain's app with current up-to-date prices. Milner Grain is here to help you and your farm grow.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal.
All right, back here to start off the second half. The Bulldogs will kick it off from south to north to the visiting Hatton-Northwood Thunder, and here we go. Ball is kicked. That's number 4, Derek Carpenter, fielding the ball. And he is brought down by number 66, John Kotke.
Carpenter with the carry. John Cockey in on the tackle.
And the Thunder will start this drive, around the 31-yard line on their side of the field, as they bring in the Hatton-Northwood Thunder ball to replace.
Thunder will start on the 31.
And they'll line up with 2 in the backfield with Enger. 1 to the left, 1 to the right, and they'll hand the ball off to Bowden. And Bowden will be met by a pack of Bulldogs. And he will, looks like they'll mark him just a short loss maybe on the play, maybe a half a yard at best. So we'll call it 2nd and 10 here to start off the third quarter. They split out with 2 off to the left and 2 to the right. And Bowden is in the backfield with Enger as he takes a snap, and he is met by another swarm of Bulldogs. And it looks like Josh Wittich and maybe Grady Wielander are in on the play, and depending on how they mark that could be pretty close to a record there for Wittich as he approaches the school record for sacks per season. And they'll spread them out again here with 3 off to the left. And Enger takes the ball, passes it over to Bowden. Bowden, who couldn't quite hang on to the ball.
Incomplete.
And that'll bring up 4th and very long here for the Thunder. And the Thunder will look to punt it away here as they get the ball off, and it's a bit short on the snap. Barely gets the ball off, and Hansen fields it with a fair catch at the 47-yard line on the Thunder side of the field.
Bulldogs will start on the 47-yard line.
Bulldogs will line in a shotgun formation with Trainer there in the backfield, and they'll hand it off to him as he'll run up the middle, and he will make a few people miss as he's at the 25-yard line, down to the 20, dances around a few more, past the 10-yard line, and he'll bring the Bulldogs in to about the 7-yard line for a 1st and goal.
Number 59, Berkey on the tackle.
And the Bulldogs are in striking distance again with another score potentially on the board as we have Nate Hansen check into the game. Nate Hansen, the senior, the twin brother to Nick Hansen, wearing number 17. And Hoisted will hand the ball off to Hansen. Hansen's going to drive through into the end zone for a touchdown! Sargent County Bulldogs! Nate Hansen puts his name in the books for the Bulldogs for his first career touchdown. And boy, I have seen a few touchdowns scored by Sargent County in the this last season, but I've got to tell you, that is my favorite, and it looks like the Hatton-Northwood team is coming out onto the field, and they want to give Nate Hansen a handshake and a well done, and I've got to give it to Coach Tony Evanstead and his players as they celebrate Nate Hansen's touchdown. What a class act of a team and coach, organization, and everybody all around. It's quite awesome to see Nate get in there into the end zone for a score for the Bulldogs, as they'll take a couple extra minutes here to celebrate. As it was announced here in the pregame prior to tonight's game, if you heard Dominic Olson over here announcing the seniors, Nick and Nathan Hansen. Nick and Nate are the sons of Paula and Derek Hansen. And Nate gets in for the first time here for a touchdown, and that was quite a sight to see, as Bjarne Benson nails in the extra point to put the Bulldogs up here 49-14 with 9 minutes and 49 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Nate Hansen has been a part of this Bulldog team and organization since the 5th grade, before they were the Bulldogs probably, when they were playing over in Milner, I believe. And able to get, he put 6 points on the board here this evening. I think he's racked in points with the team in a lot of different ways here throughout all of these seasons, as everybody rallies around Nate here to congratulate him on his score. And this Hatton-Northwood team and organization knows a lot about, there's more to the game than what's on the scoreboard and passes and catches and touchdowns, as they've obviously had, that school has had a difficult season here, as number 4, Derek Carpenter, takes the nice return here across midfield and was able to have a little chat with Tony Evanstead, who is their head coach, prior to our interview a little bit. He's also the athletic director and the girls basketball coach for Hatton-Northwood. So he obviously knows and very well a lot of the girls players that were affected by that unfortunate accident on the bus. He said, things could have been a lot worse in a situation like that. Very thankful that the girls are all going to be okay. As they pitch the ball off to Bowden here. And excuse me, I mentioned that they made it across midfield. They were stopped at the 46-yard line before that play ended. And he picks up a 3-yard gain here on the play. But Evanstead feels very fortunate that things didn't turn out any worse. A lot of the girls ended up getting some stitches out last week. A handful of them are now practicing on the volleyball team. And I know on behalf of myself and everybody here around the Sargent County area, our thoughts and prayers have been with that school and organization, and we hope those girls are okay. As Carson Bowden on the carry again here, lost a little bit of yardage on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd and about 7 yards to go for Hatton-Northwood. As Hatton-Northwood will spread out a bit with 2 to the near side, 2 to the far side, and 1 in the backfield. As Enger takes the ball, looks around, throws the ball off to his left, and that ball is brought down by number 14, Ander Thorsgaard, and the Hatton-Northwood Thunder will get a first down, and they'll be down at about the 30-yard line on the far side hash with 7 minutes and 25 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And they'll line up with a wide receiver split off to the right and left, 2 in the backfield. And Enger will pitch it off to number 4, Derek Carpenter, and he'll dance around and get a good chunk of yards on that gain. On that play. And we'll have about 2 yards to go as he picked up about 8 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 2 for the Thunder. Lined up in the eye. Enger takes a snap, and he's met by a few Bulldogs here and brought down for a big loss. That is for the Bulldogs. It looked like number 55, Athens Zernheld, the senior, wearing number 55, the 200-pound 6-footer, here on senior night. Son of Clint and Patsy Zernheld. Make it in a 3rd and long for the Thunder, as once again they spread out the field here with 3 off to the near side and 2 off to the far side. Enger alone in the backfield. And that again is Athens Zernheld with a sack and a huge loss of yards for this Thunder team. And it looks like they'll maybe give him a little progress, as when he was initially met by Zernheld before he was pushed back onto the ground. Still a large loss here on the play and a sack. Another one on the books for Athens Zernheld. Ball is placed right around the 41-yard line. And they've got the field spread out here again as Enger is in the backfield. And they apply pressure, and the ball gets over to Carpenter. Carpenter dances around and is able to pick up just a few yards, but still plenty short here on this drive. And the Bulldogs will take over on downs, as Carpenter lost his shoe a little bit there. Gets it back on, and the Bulldogs will take over at the 38-yard line, with 4 minutes and 42 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And Coach Olson checks the play in here to Hoisted. Lined up in an I with 1 off to the left. That's Hansen. Ball goes to Trainer. Trainer dances around a few people. He's got a little bit of room here, crosses midfield, and steps out of bounds right around the 45-yard line. And that'll be a first down for Sargent County.
Run out of bounds by Carpenter. That's a Bulldog. First down. Oh, yeah, they got into it. Nice. They don't always cheer when I do that. The other side does.
Bulldogs look to be lining up in the I again with Hansen off to the far side of the field. Hoisted takes a snap, pitches it out to Peyton Berg on the right side. Peyton Berg finds a hole and is able to pick up a nice chunk of yards. He'll be marked just short of the first down. It'll be about 2nd and 1 here for the Bulldogs. I formation with Nick Hansen off to the right. Hoisted takes a snap, hands it back off to Berg again. And Berg is able to pick up a first down here for Sargent County. Keep this drive going and keep the clock rolling here as the Bulldogs look to chew off some time. Aiden Johnson on the stop for the Thunder. Freshman wearing number 20. Same formation here for the Bulldogs in the I. Hanson to the right. And handoff to Kadoon up the middle. And he pushes through a few folks here. And it looks like they'll move the chains. Colton Kadoon for about 11-yard gain. And Bowden with the tackle on that play as Kadoon keeps trucking through here and gives the Bulldogs another first down. Hoisted taking the play call in. Hands the ball off to Berg, who will go around the right side, and he'll make a men miss. He'll have at least a first down and gets pushed out of bounds by Carpenter.
Berg with the run. Pushed out of bounds by Carpenter. That's another Bulldog. First down.
And that'll be first and goal for Sargent County. And they are inside the 10-yard line. I can't quite tell from right here exactly where they're at. It looks to be about maybe the 6-yard line. As Hoisted hands it off to Kadoon. Kadoon rolls through and picks up a few more yards, and he's stopped a little short of the end zone. A couple yards short, maybe a yard or so to go.
With the Sargent County girls volleyball team, please come up to the Crow's Nest. Talk to Mr. Sorley.
And we'll see if Colton Kadoon does get the ball, and he gets into the end zone this time, folks. It looked like they were trying to get him into the end zone a few times here tonight, and Kadoon gets it in here for 6 more points. And Benson puts it up, and it is through.
Beyond an extra point attempt is good.
And 7 more points total will go on the board for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs 56.
And we've got 18 seconds left here in the third quarter. 56-14. We'll be back in just a minute.
Your presence, high school sports, and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
RDK Enterprises is searching for candidates to fill multiple positions. These customer-facing positions require a high level of organization, workflow management skills, the ability to work with and lead others, problem-solving skills, and the drive to deliver an outstanding customer experience. Available positions include shop foreman and service technician. Compensation package based on experience.
Back here at North Sargent Field, the ball goes into the near corner, and it looks like he's met by a pack of Bulldogs. And that is Derek Carpenter on the kick return. And the ball will be spotted right around the 16-yard line with 11 seconds left to go here in the third. And Hatton-Northwood will line up in an I, one to the left, one to the right. And the ball is pitched over to Carpenter, but it's a little behind him. Carpenter able to at least grab it and somewhat salvage it, but he may get maybe just back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
First met by Colton Cadoon.
And we do have a player down on the field here for the Bulldogs. And it looks like it's probably just a cramp as coach and players kind of help stretch. And that is the end of the third quarter. We'll be back here to start off the fourth quarter. We'll be back in just a minute. Thank you.
Team. Upload your resume at planterdoc.com.
The Sargent Central Dollars for Scholars chapter is a nonprofit foundation that supports academic success in the community. The mission is to mobilize the community on behalf of post-secondary education for the students. Dollars for Scholars chapters help hometown students achieve their educational goals by raising scholarship funds, establishing endowments, and more. Scan the QR code on screen or stop by the Sargent Central School District for more information. Tonight's sponsor with the Sargent Central Dollars for Scholars chapter is 4B's Farm. Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota. If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Maddox, Page, and Castleton. Or visit our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
Here's Trail District Health Unit Administrator Brenda Stallman with a timely health tip for the women in our lives.
October is a good time.
And back here to start off the fourth quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Hatton-Northwood Thunder. As the quarterback takes a snap, passes the ball deep down the field, and they both get a hand on it. It was number 12 for the Thunder, Keegan Schroeder, who got one hand on it, bounced in it. It looked like they were maybe going to be able to come down with it, but ball went the wrong way. So something to announce here, just right between the break. They had a hat day here, and a fill the bucket challenge and a raffle. And the Sargent County girls were able to raise $1,212.50 that was donated back to the Hatton-Northwood girls volleyball game to help offset some medical costs and different things like that that occurred after the bus accident that happened just a few weeks ago here up with the girls volleyball team in Hatton-Northwood. So great job goes out to the kids here at Sargent County for helping out in that cause. And the Thunder did pick up a first down here on that last play. And they've got the field spread out here again with 3 to the left and 2 to the right. Enger takes a snap. He looks off to his left. And it was his intended receiver was Derek Carpenter, but was on the other side of Ryan Ing. And pass falls incomplete here with 10 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the ball game. Bulldogs up 56-14. 2nd and 10 for the Hatton-Northwood Thunder. As Hatton-Northwood spread out a little bit here, a couple guys in the backfield, and the ball goes over to Carpenter. He does get tripped up, and it looked like it may have been his own feet. I'm sorry, that wasn't Carpenter, that was Thorsgaard. Ander Thorsgaard, the intended receiver, bringing up 3rd down and 10 yards to go for the Hatton-Northwood Thunder. Next week here in on the schedule, I guess, for both of these teams, the Bulldogs will finish out the regular season in Milner, playing Maple River next Friday. And Hatton-Northwood will be playing Tri-State. Tri-State did not have a varsity team here, but they'll still get together here and play. Just a couple seniors on that Tri-State team. The game will not count towards any regional play, but it'll give these seniors on both sides of the ball here another chance to get on the gridiron and finish out their senior seasons, as the 2-5 Thunder look to likely drop to 2-6 here on the year. That would put them out of any races of any playoffs. And the punt is fielded by Nick Hansen at the 45-yard line. And it looks like the second team will come in here for the Bulldogs. Olson has had, talking to him a little bit here prior to this week's game, I know he said he'll want to keep the seniors out there a little bit longer than normal, just to kind of get them a little bit more full game experience. There's been quite a few games this year where the team has not, the starters have not been out there for a full game. And he knows that will not be the case here really right at the end of the season and hopefully in the playoffs as well. Need to get the guys well conditioned and out there and used to playing full 4 quarters. But second team comes in here as Fury is the quarterback, and he'll hand the ball off. And that goes off to Ryan Ing. And Mr. Ing will put about 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs with 8 minutes and 12 seconds left to go here in the game. As Jace Fury takes the play call here from assistant coach Randy Searstead. Off to the right here is number 82, Zabin Olafson. And Fury comes back. He gets pressure, and he is brought down deep in the backfield, and that is number 59 for the Thunder.
Fury with the keeper.
Is Bierke on the sack, and that is going to be a loss of over 10 yards on the play. And the Bulldogs will have a 3rd and very long here. '84 Tristan Peterson was in for a few plays. The freshman comes back out. And Wyatt Degenstein is the wide receiver you see here on the far right. Charlie Hogness at the fullback position, and Ing at the running back, and they'll pitch it off to Ing. Ing will make a few people miss and bring the ball just across the 50-yard line. Right at the 50-yard line is where they'll mark it.
Ing with the run.
And that'll be 4th and about 15 yards for the Bulldogs as the play clock continues. And Ing is on the far left. Degenstein on the right here as they look to set up in a punt formation. And that's Logan Bope on the punt. And Carpenter does miss the ball. Carpenter bobbled it. It went behind him. He was able to get back on top of it, but lost a chunk of yards back on that play. And the Thunder will take over here with 6 minutes to go left in the game. The ball is placed at around the 17-yard line. As Enger will take the snap, and he'll pitch it over to Thorsgaard. Thorsgaard will run around the right side there, and he's met by the Bulldog defense. Able to pick up about 3 to 4 yards on the play, bringing up second and a long 6. And they'll be spread out with 2 off to the left and 2 to the right. Enger will take this. The ball is fumbled, and it looks like the Thunder were able to fall on top of it and retain possession. It looked like it was maybe Carson Bowden on the recovery. It was a little hard to tell here from where we're at, but they were able to fall back on top of it, and we've got a 3rd and 11 situation here as a few folks check in and out. We have number 65 for Sargent County, Aiden Anderson, checks into the game as Hoisted checks out. Snap to Enger, and he throws the ball over the head of Thorsgaard. And that'll be 4th down and 11 yards to go for Hatton-Northwood. 4 minutes and 22 seconds remaining. The clock is still running. And the Thunder will punt the ball away as they are deep in their own territory, and he does get the punt off and hits the ground at about the 39-yard line, takes a nice roll, gets to about the 45, and that is where the Bulldogs will take over here with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in this game.
Bulldogs will have the ball. And it looks like the 45-yard line.
And remember to stick around here for after the game. We'll have some score updates for you as well. And we'll also be announcing Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, as well as a Precision Play of the Game brought to you by RDK Enterprises. And Ing will take the ball, and he will pick up enough here for a 1st down. And look to be about a gain of about 12 yards on the play. As the play clock rolls here with 3.5 minutes left to go in the game.
Lance Perro, you won the football. Lance Perro, come up to the Crow's Nest, claim your prize.
Also a reminder, Lost in the Valley Corn Maze and Pumpkin Patch runs on Fridays through Sundays until October 29th at the Red River Valley Fairgrounds in West Fargo. There's new activities this year with jumping pillow, a trike track, playground, photo opportunities, and more. Dazed in the Maze for adults is a 21-plus, running October 13th and October 27th. Get your tickets and more information. Go online to redrivervalleyfair.com. And the Bulldogs will get another 1st down on the play. Ing with another 1st down carry. Number 27, Easton Johnson, is the wide receiver that's split out to the right here as Fury takes the ball, hands it off to Charlie Hogness. And Hogness is able to pick up about 5 yards on the play, bringing up 2nd and 5 for Sargent County. On that offensive line here on this second team, we've got number 35, Jax Tyndall, number 71, Brady Leon out there. It looks like maybe number 32 is lined up in that tight end position, which would be Jacob Creech. And also on the offensive line, wearing number 75, is Jackson Yoakum.
Charlie Hogness with the carry.
Charlie Hogness again with the carry on the play. Gained a little bit of yardage there. Pretty minimal. We'll still call it 3rd and 5 for Sargent County as we approach 1 minute and 14 seconds left to go here on the game. As they line up in an I. Takes a snap, pitches it out to Ing, and Ing will run back up the middle, and he's got some room, and he is finally brought down at about the 3-yard line.
Which is good enough for a Bulldog first down.
And it'll be a 1st and goal here for the Bulldogs. They will have to run a play as there is about 8 seconds here between the play clock and the game clock. So we will get at least one more play out here for this game. And Fury will take the snap, and he will kneel it down into the victory knee, and the Bulldogs will pull off as winners here again, improving to 8-0 on the season. And the Hatton-Northwood Thunder will fall to 2 and 6. We'll be back here in just a few minutes for a recap of tonight's game, as well as score updates from around the region and around the state. And we'll also be announcing a player of the game as well as a play of the game, and hopefully get to talk to one of these coaches here afterwards as well. We'll be back in just a minute.
Annual reminder of getting your mammogram. All women should be getting screened for breast cancer. Mammograms are essential. You can catch lesions that are far smaller than what you can see with the naked eye or feel with your fingers. So please take that moment to schedule your mammogram.
Contact Trail District Health Unit in Hillsboro to learn more on breast cancer prevention during this National Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system. The district operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us. The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
I'm Mandy Laturin. I'm confident in the game, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
Milner Grain understands that agriculture is your livelihood, and we're committed to providing you with the highest quality of services to meet your farming needs. Milner Grain has a passion for our community and the farmers we serve. Milner Grain is locally owned and operated, plus has extended harvest hours. When you're looking for a partner in the field, look to Milner Grain. Call 701-427-5284 or check out Milner Grain's app with current up-to-date prices. Milner Grain is here to help you and your farm grow.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal.
All right, back here at North Sargent Field in Gwinner after the Bulldogs come away on top of the Thunder from Hatton-Northwood. Joining me here, we have head coach Eric Olson. Olson, what are your thoughts here on tonight's game?
Well, it's nice to get another one out of the way, and now we know that we're going to be the number 1 seed out of the region, and that was one of our goals at the beginning of the season. So we still got some things to clean up. We didn't play a clean game, and I wasn't real thrilled at halftime, but that's the perfectionist in me, and I know that I gotta realize that the other team's going to make plays too at times, but no, we came out and did what we needed to do, so we're always happy with a win.
Yeah, for sure. Now I'm going to try and bring up Nate Hansen. What were your thoughts here as he crossed the goal line here tonight?
You're going to put me on the spot here. Nate Hansen's been he's been a pretty special part of the team the last couple of years, and to be able to do that for him, that was pretty special. The guys were they were wanting that, and as soon as James got inside the 10-yard line, we knew that we'd have the opportunity. And I gotta give Coach Evenstead from Hatton-Northwood. We had talked on the phone here this week, and I appreciate their willingness to work with us on that, and to have their players come over and their coaches to congratulate him. That was a pretty special moment. So.
You bet, Coach. Yeah, you could feel it around all of North Sargent Field here. Something that I'm sure that kid maybe never would have dreamed to happen, and everybody here made it happen. And there's more to this game than just football, right? And with what kind of went on here with the kids raising money on their side and what happened here on the field with Nate, there's more to life than just a game of football, and these kids are learning lessons beyond imagination, and it's all thanks to coaches and leaders like you and on the other side with Coach Evanstead. So thank you, Coach. Go enjoy the victory. You better go celebrate with Nate down there. I'm going to try to bring him up here in just a minute. So thanks, Coach. Have a good one, and good luck tomorrow, this next week.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Bryce.
Yep. We'll be back here in just a minute, folks. We'll try and get our play of the game, Nate Hansen, who made that touchdown here in the third quarter. We'll be back here in just a minute.
High school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
RDK Enterprises is searching for candidates to fill multiple positions. These customer-facing positions require a high level of organization, workflow management skills, the ability to work with and lead others, problem-solving skills, and the drive to deliver an outstanding customer experience. Available positions include shop foreman and service technician. Compensation package based on experience. If interested in joining our team, upload your resume at planterdoc.com.
All right, back here at North Sargent Field as we're awaiting the man of the day, the man of the hour here, Nate Hansen. He'll be joining us up here in just a few minutes. I know he's probably busy celebrating with friends and family here on senior night. We'll go through a few scores that I've got some updates on here from around the region as well as around the state. Griggs Mid-Coda, 4 minutes left of the game. His last score update there, up 46-26. Lemoore Litchville Marion defeats Maple River 46-19. Napoleon Gackrell Streeter looks to be on top of Richardson Taylor Hebron 60-44. The number 4 ranked West Hope Newburgh Glenburn is defeated the Lewis and Clark Berthold team 42-6. And Linton HMB, probably the biggest game here. We got a little bit of a surprise. Linton HMB Strasburg Zeeland defeats New Salem Almont by a score of 44-6. And the once New Salem Almont, a top kind of ranked team here, slid down to number 5, has now gotten beat again. The number 3 New Rockford Cheyenne defeats St. John 58-6. North Border is last score update was at the end of the third period. They were up 58-14. And I'm gonna stop here for just a second because we've got Nate Hansen upstairs here. Nate, you're awarded the play of the game, and how does it feel?
Well, it's pretty cool. It's something I've dreamed about for a long time, and we actually got a chance to get her done. And senior night, it was fun. So hopefully we can get one more in the state ship. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we can get there. Yep. So that's my other goal. So it's been a fun year, and it's only going to get better from here. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's incredible. Now, I think your brother also scored tonight. So we got a Hansen and Hansen duel. That must have been pretty cool for your folks tonight here on senior night to see both of their boys here score. So looking at, you've been a part of the organization since 5th grade, right? You were kind of along with the team ever since in Milner, was it?
Yep, I've been involved in football since 5th grade, so it's been 7-8 years. So yeah, I've been in it for the long run, and there's nothing better than being with the guys. So
Absolutely. I did a little survey, I think, with the players here earlier in the year, just asking a few questions, and it was kind of fun. Both your fun facts that you wrote down and your fun fact that your brother wrote down was, I got a twin brother. So that's pretty awesome for you guys. And you like, I think if I remember right, hunting and fishing and hanging out with your buddies and being out here with the guys.
Yep, that's what I love. So that's what I like to do, and it's just there's nothing better than being able to do those things. So.
Great. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming up here. Congratulations on the win and on the touchdown. You take care. Go celebrate with the boys, all right?
I will. Thank you.
All right. Very good. That was the winner of our play of the game. Nate Hansen, number 17, the senior for Sargent County, with a touchdown in the third period. Next, we've got our player of the game. Our player of the game this week is going to go to Luke Martinson with 2 touchdown passes here on the game. Congratulations, Luke. And we'll return back to reading off a few scores here tonight from around the area and around the state. North Prairie did defeat Nelson County 40-20. South Border, the number 2 ranked team, good win over Kidder County 51-6. And looking over into the 11A division, we had number 3 ranked Dickinson Trinity 46-0 over Hart River. The number 2 Kindred defeated Mayport CG 40-0. Northern Cass over Oak Grove 20-0. And the number 1 ranked Velva Garrison Drake Animus victors over Bishop Ryan 40-12. Central Cass, the number 5th ranked team, defeats Ellendale Edgeley Cullum 34-7. And in the area here, we had Oaks on top of and defeated. Let's see here, we got a score update. Yes, they did defeat Lisbon 18-6 over at the Lisbon High School. And the number 4 ranked Langdon Langdon area Edmore Munich defeats Thompson 40-2. And we announced our player of the game. Our player of the game today was Luke Martinson. The player of the game is brought to you by Enbridge. Life takes energy. Enbridge. Energy for life. Visit enbridge.com for career opportunities. And our precision play of the game, which is brought to you by RDK Enterprises. RDK Enterprises of Hillsborough and Drayton. For precision planting updates, information, questions, contact RDK Enterprises of Hillsborough and Drayton at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com. RDK Enterprises is here to help you. And that precision play of the game was made by my last guest here, the senior wearing number 17, Nate Hansen, who scores a touchdown this evening. That'll do it here from the field over at the North Sargent High School in Gwinner, North Dakota. We'll see you next time. Have a good evening, everybody.